So here's some Asian jumping worms that are in my compost. They are taken over. They seem to have spread really bad when I got a big load of wood chips. Not sure how that affected them so much, but see, they're jumping around. It's hard to keep the camera on them because they go so crazy. But they will move like a snake, but they will just jump around and flail like crazy, as you'll see more here in the video. But don't let that be the only indicator telling you it's an Asian jumping worm, because if it is cool, they will not do that. They will just lay there and not really move, but you can tell by the color. There's kind of a metallic sheen that you can see. Here's some chickens right here. She doesn't even seem to want to eat it. It seems like the Rhode Island Reds eat them more than the Barred Rocks. I'm not sure if it's just because they're older chickens or what, but they're also, when they're in a pack, you know, chickens seem to eat anything at that point. When they're fighting over it, they'll just gobble it right up and swallow it. I've seen them eat a snake. So it's, they will eat them then, and they have really ate them. But there's another one where the chicken moved the dirt, and there's the Asian jumping, just jumping around, flailing. That's definitely an easy way to know. I can get a better shot here. Sorry for the movement. It's hard to hold the camera and try to get them too, but there's tons of them in there. They are all over the place. See how they move like a snake? So you'll see here in just a little bit of the kind of the metallic sheen as well. But they do move like snakes, not steaks, but snakes. And they do jump around quite a bit. See how that right there where that white ring is, it's even with their body and it goes all the way around and it's not raised. That's definitely the indication that you have and see that metallic sheen, that white ring around them is just a dead indicator you have a Asian jumping worm. I did email the extension office trying to see what they would recommend, but I think they're just everywhere now, and they're so, I never got really a reply back, and I probably should do it again. There's the metal sheen that you can see when the sunlight hits them. If you can see that there, that metallic sheen on them, because they do pull metals out of the soil. So if you have a lot of metals in your soil, it will be in the worm. So I am a little worried about the chickens eating them, because I do have metal fences. So not really sure there. I guess I would need to send soil samples off to see. But here's red wigglers that move around. Red wigglers will jump around and flail around. See how it's raised right there? That part is not even with the body, it's raised. And there's actually an egg too for the red wigglers. But the red wigglers eggs are that color. Asian jumping worms are not. So see how that, when I touched the red wiggler, it did kind of flail around a little bit. Especially when it's warm and they're moving, they will flail, but they'll pretty much calm down. As you can see here, that when I have it in my hand, it just kind of sits there and lays there and moves around like a worm that you would think, not like a snake. So now it's calmed down and moving. When you first touch them, they'll do it, but that's definitely an Asian jumping worm here. You can see the dull color to it, the metal sheen. When they're young, it is really hard to tell. They really do look a lot like red wigglers when they're young, but they start losing that color and getting duller and metallic looking as they get older, and then they get that white band on them. That's just a dead indicator. And obviously when it's warm, the way they move, it's obvious as well. When you do it, there's that metallic sheen. I got some more coming up of just red wigglers and the worm bin that I have, so you can kind of see the difference. That's another indicator too, the way the soil looks. See how it's clumpy? It's hard for the camera to pick it up really well. I'm shaking too. It's hard to film the worms and hold the phone in the other hand. I need to probably get a stand. But it definitely looks clumpy. There's like pieces of, it's just so coffee groundish, a little bit bigger than coffee grounds, clumps. When you move the top layer around and it looks like that, then you're infested with Asian jumping worms, because they do that to the soil. That's another way to know you got them. Here I'm just moving the compost around. So see that more yellow tail to it. That's a red wiggler. You can see it better. See how that worm looks. They do seem to live together. I've tried to read and find out if they do. I mean, obviously they're competing for food somewhat.
They do not move like a snake.
They don't seem to kill the population of red wigglers. The red wigglers do continue to increase in population, it seems.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let some roots get into my compost on that one, and they're all in there.
It's not good. You'll notice it as soon as I hit it. Stand. It's hard to move.
If anybody knows what that blue thing is, please let me know in the comments. I keep getting them in my compost and I can't figure out what they are. I wish I would have zoomed in on it. But that's maybe like an egg or something. I don't know what it is. It almost looks like a sticker in the video, but it's not. I don't know what it is. But it seems to come about in the compost every time, which I let mine get a bunch of roots in it. I didn't keep turning it and have it off the ground. Lots of roots. You'll see some more red wigglers. Kind of see the difference here coming up. I'm just kind of scrolling through the compost to see what I can see. It's interesting to see what it all comes about in the compost. Again, this one got some roots, a lot of roots growing into it where I wasn't moving it, just letting it sit there for the worms to take over. See how that it doesn't move and jump, and see how it's raised right there going around the body. Hard to tell. It almost looks like an Asian jumping worm, but it's not. It's raised.
Camera on a stand.
It's really difficult to see it in that shot. I think the other shot was better.
It's hard to see.
But I just kind of dig through the compost here. Got some more shots of some red wigglers as well that come up.
I could tell them.
But really just trying to show the difference. It's very difficult to tell when Asian jumping worms are young. But this is my worm bin with nothing but red wigglers in it. So you can kind of see there's a lot of babies in there. If anybody knows, I've been watching on YouTube to get them bigger and more plump because they're kind of skinny and small, but I guess I need to either feed them more or more protein. If anybody knows, let me know. I've been watching worm videos and composting on YouTube. There's quite a bit of different opinions on that. So if anybody knows, let me know in the comments. But this is just the rest of the red, a little more compost digging and my worm bin. You can see the red wigglers with that yellow tail there. But please let me know if you have anything or see anything I can do different. Always willing to change, because the red wigglers are the ones that I want in my compost, not all the Asian jumping worms. But again, the chickens do eat them if they're in a big crowd, but I've read that it's just a little worrisome because they do absorb the metals in the soil. So I guess I should get my soil tested to see how much I have in there. So we'll see, but this is just me digging through the worm bin and then a little more of the compost, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully it helped you identify if you have Asian jumping worms and what they look like and how to identify them a little better. Took me a little while, but once you see the adults, it's pretty easy to tell them apart from that white, I think it's called the cartellum that goes around their body. Hopefully it helped, and have a good day.
A little different. That one doesn't look good. To put him in there, but that's a red wiggler. Take it over to the sun.